I'm just going to assume that's glitched out tonight. Where is my... Oh, here we go. Nice. The only thing I need them to do is I need... Did they end up building... Yes, they have. Okay, before they take that somewhere, animals, allow... Sure, everything. Everything of every kind. Let's hope there's no incident like last night. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully not. What was that? Bubba!
What the fuck is that?
Bubba, you know I met another fucking werewolf? Well, because I met another fucking wolf again last night. I find it a little bit amusing from my perspective. I keep meeting more and more wolves. Like it's not a problem or anything. I just like I find it interesting that I have so many now. I also have like 8 grims now. It's fucking getting wild. I think I've got 2 werewolves, a hell wolf cross, 3 other wolves, an alpha wolf. I don't even know how many that fucking was. And yeah, Jesus. I was thinking of that in the shower this afternoon. I'm like, man, I've got a fucking collection of fucking wolves. Yeah, I know you're the hell wolf. Yeah, I know you're hell wolf. I can't believe someone came in and said my voice needs to change. Yeah, no, that was some bullshit. I was still thinking about that too later. I couldn't believe somebody came in and was just so rude off the bat. And yeah, I kind of wondered if there was like, I don't know, it was shit like that. I always wonder if there's some like layer of like jealousy or some shit to it. Because like they come into your stream and they're like, oh my God, you know, fellow trans woman to them is like, you know, actually popular and talking to a whole bunch of the community and stuff like that. Like I read their page and I'm not going to dump on anybody specifically, but like considering how they were talking about how you speak, they couldn't fucking spell a sentence. So, you know, I think they should maybe work on that first before they start criticizing anybody else's. Work on themselves first, you know? But yeah, that was a bit of bullshit. Yeah. You've just had like a shit week this week. There's all sorts of crap been happening. I feel like, but that also happens sometimes. Like, where have I got an animal wandering away? I get it sometimes, not so much like stuff like that, but I get things more like, you know, Myrtle's seen some of this, so Myrtles would remember when I was just like really enjoying casually playing, what do you call it, Diablo 2, and I had somebody come in and just try to steer the conversation incredibly sexually, and I'm just like, the hell are you doing? Like, it's not okay here. It's you know, in my stream it's 18 plus, but it's safe for work and stuff. And it was just so fucking creepy and uncomfortable for everybody that had to watch. I felt really sorry for anybody that was like being subjected to it because this person was legitimately creeping on me. And yeah, it's fucking sucked. I just need to see if I can bring some of these prisoners in too. He wakes up wagging tail, happily yawning. And so pretty excited, laying down something wolf bush. No, give you some pats, Viking. I mean, some people love my voice and some people don't. I like your voice, Bubba. I think it's quite nice. It's very deep and peaceful. It's nice. I'm just trying to find somebody that can actually take a prisoner to a bed just quickly, because otherwise these guys might wander off. I had that one other week. Not Nick. Franklin, maybe? It's deep and peaceful. That's quite a compliment. Yeah, no, Bubba's got like a really sort of like deep and calm sort of voice. Kind of like me blush. You're already blushing, Papa. I can accept it. Deal with it. I don't know. Let's get rid of those ones. I'll put some extra beds in here just in case. This is going to result in a couple of prison breaks because I've got so many people. But I really need somebody down here. My voice is cringe, but being told it needs to change like that, bruh. Your voice is not cringe. I don't believe that for a fucking second. Your voice, like I said this before, like your voice is your voice. I am a very sort of, how do you put it? Like, I like people as they are, right? So, like, I've said this before with, like, my partner when somebody's asked me before, like, if there was anything I wanted to change about him. I'm like, no. If I change anything about my partner, he's not really my partner anymore. He's someone else. Or he's got, like, you know, it defeats the purpose of him being himself and stuff. So, like, when people say, oh, this isn't nice, you should change that about yourself, I really think they can go fuck themselves. Because, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's how I feel about it. And don't let people convince you your voice is bad. And that's good. Yeah, Scarlett's lovely. She's just nice to kind of just talk to, kind of thing. So, yeah. There's fucking nothing wrong with your voice. I can't get a post a message, but you're not call me man, please. Yeah, Scarlett's just she. Just to let you know. That's a tail stops wagging, falls asleep something wolf plush. And didn't you just say bra? Same deal. No, Mirthless. Finally, who? Feral. Fucking hell, I finally got one that can do it. Yeah, no, Mirthless. Scarlett's a trans girl. So definitely not bra, not man, not mate. Lady. So, yeah. Just try to... I know your memory's shit, Mirthless. You say that all the time. You just forget and reinvent the wheel situation. But yeah, just try with that one. You have a cute voice, but that's just me. See, the thing is, Bubba, like, you came in a lot in, like, the early days of my streaming and stuff. And, I know, like, a lot of the time in the early days, like, you come in and you'd be like, I like your voice and stuff like that. And for me, it was really difficult because, as I said, when I started streaming, I had to adjust to the fact that I had grown up in basically a household where I was discouraged from talking. Everybody hated my voice, and I was frequently told, like, nobody wants to hear you speak, kind of thing. And it took me quite a lot of months for me to kind of adjust to get to a point where, oh, what was that? No, that's fine. It took me a long time to kind of adjust and get to a point where people did genuinely seem to like my voice and was, like, coming here to kind of talk to me and stuff. And it took me ages to kind of realize that, like, yeah, basically what had been told in the past was bullshit. If somebody doesn't like my voice, that's fine. If they've got a problem with it, they don't have to be here. They don't have to listen to me. There's so many options out there, and I don't have to be part of one of the options and stuff. But for the most part, like, you'll hear me get onto stream and I'm fucking tired. So I'm often, like, in the process of, like, waking up, like tonight, where I've got more of, like, a sleepy kind of heavy voice. And then there's been times when I've overstrained my voice and I've had comments where people think I'm like a pack a day smoker or something like that. And I'm like, I don't smoke. But, you have no clue that I've overstrained my voice from speaking so much. And that, like, the times that I am speaking on stream is the only times that I can speak during the day, because I really have to, like, protect my voice or it will fucking just go. All sorts of stuff like that. I just understand that the people that are making these comments, generally speaking, have no clue. So yeah, I just don't really listen to it these days. The people that I grew up around that basically told me shit things, I pretty much go, okay, you know what? The funny thing is, they're not in my life anymore. Gee, I wonder why. It's not for that specifically, but it sure as fuck didn't help the situation of keeping them around. Wait a minute, you just gave me the option to... It gave me the option to take this person to a fucking bed. I know I've got enough beds for this. I know I do, because I made that. Don't even die, human. I called you. Regardless of gender, it's accurate. I called my wife man. Put a social phrase like bra. I pretty much say, like, I don't know, guys a lot. I kind of use, like, a general masculine kind of term in referring to people, but that really, for me, comes from the fact that for like probably like the first 10 or so years of my working world, I pretty much worked in and around guys all the time. So it just kind of became a fundamental part of how I talk is I tend to be like, hey guys, and for me, it's a neutral term for humans, people, and stuff like that. But I understand if somebody's got a problem with it, I'll normally try to remember and I'll normally try to go out of my way in that case because I know that that's important to somebody else. But yeah, if I fucking slip up and just refer to people as guys and stuff like that, it's not personal. I'm not directly saying that whoever I'm saying it to is in fact a guy. It's just a reference to humanity, I guess. That's where my fucking batteries are. I've been looking for these. God damn it. The gender neutral, I don't like that. I would appreciate. Didn't call me men. Yeah. Kind of the same. I don't like my voice, but it's not to know that people like my voice. It makes me blush hella hard. No worries, Bubba. Yeah, no, it did this kind of same to me at the beginning. When I started streaming, I had a lot of people like make comments like that where they're like, oh, I really like your voice and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to that. Nowadays, I've gotten a little bit better in like, somebody will say something like, they'll come in and it's like, oh, I really like your voice or something like that. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's actually, I kind of understand that. I understand why people have that opinion kind of thing. I want to unload that person. I'm just still trying to find people that can potentially take them. Well, I think Rin's found Bubba. I think he's AFK, going to do something. Let's see if I can get that. My God. One of you lot has to be able to carry these people. I know that when there's not enough beds and stuff like that, they have issues. Like there's no wardening on some of these people, but you're taking a prisoner. I've got 2 more people walking up here, right? I think once I've got them up in here, that should be just about everyone. I'm just not seeing them in here. I brought it back from AFK. You really did. You really did. Just trying to eat here. Oh, man. You know, the funniest thing is, like, there's a couple of things that make me, like, really happy to hear when people are just, like, you know, chatting and lurking and stuff in stream. Like, for me, I always wanted my content to be something that was, like, a part of people's kind of, like, daily routines and stuff. I've said this before, like, the big thing for me is, like, if, you know, your daily routine is you get up in the morning and you have breakfast and you tune into my stream and that's like a part of your morning every day kind of thing. That's really cool because that's kind of, you know, not that specifically, but that's kind of along the lines of like what I was kind of aiming for is just being something like a staple in the background of people's lives kind of thing. So whenever I hear somebody's like, oh, I'm just having some breakfast or, you know, I'm just sitting down to play a game or I'm on public transport or any of those kinds of things or I'm about to go to bed and stuff. Like the fact that somebody's decided to tune in to me while they're like having some breakfast or as they're about to go to bed and stuff, it's really nice, you know. I can make you blush by talking about Australian accent. I think that was more to do with like just being startled because like sometimes I get comments about like my Australian accent too and I'm like I really don't know what to say about that because until I started streaming I didn't really know I had an Australian accent. Like yeah, I'm Australian, but I actually used to get a lot of people tell me like ask me if I was American when I was growing up because of how I spoke. A lot of my pronunciation was more American because growing up in Australia, a lot of our TV was American. There was a lot of like American sitcoms and it was a lot of like movies and stuff like that. Like we had a channel for Australian stuff, but fucking hell, like it's mostly just comedy shit. Even the drama stuff is comedy shit. So yeah, it kind of wasn't my thing to kind of watch, but now that I'm older, I've had a lot more like worldly influences and stuff. And obviously, it's allowed me to kind of like come into my own fucking voice. And obviously, Australia and stuff, where I am, where I've grown up and stuff. But I've kind of like separated from that many years ago, probably around about the time I probably became like a late teen. I sort of stopped watching a lot of like um, TV and movies and stuff. Like I'd watch cartoons and stuff. So yeah, I kind of got a little bit more diversified around that time. Also, no worries, Rin. Um, see, like your voice and that you talk a lot. So I read, go back into stream, go back into reading, and so on. Get back to reading. No worries. Yeah, no, I appreciate that people are doing their own thing. I actually heard somebody say that like being a streamer, it's closer to kind of being a podcast. Realistically, I will hydrate, Bubba. Thank you. Because for the most part, like people will put on a stream to like tune out and play a game or study or draw or whatever, right? In most cases, a lot of the time, people aren't necessarily watching the game or they're enjoying the conversation. So they're not really paying attention to what you're doing in the game. And instead, they're just kind of focused on getting a conversation through and stuff like that because they're enjoying talking to you. If they're not so much talking, but just lurking and listening and stuff, it can often be that they've just kind of like enjoyed you getting into the game or into a conversation with somebody and they're passively enjoying the conversation without feeling like they have to be a part of it. Seahorse, can you not fucking destroy that? I need that stove. But anyway, I guess that's also what happened to that light. Explain some stuff. And what are you destroying now? A steel game. All right. Well, that should at least maybe turn into something. But yeah, I kind of get that because like I was watching K Dubs the other day, and at one point everybody was talking to her, and out of nowhere, chat just went dead quiet. But then I realized that I was actually just enjoying watching her get into this gameplay with like whoever a mate was that she was playing with and stuff. And it didn't even occur to me that 40 minutes had passed while she was playing this game. I had just been actively enthralled in what she was talking about as she was going about the game. And I'm like, huh, that actually really explains some of the silences I see when I sit here and I like babble on about what I'm doing in a game because like as you guys know, like I narrate basically everything I'm doing because I know people aren't necessarily watching the screen. Like you guys could be scrolling, I don't know, Twitter or anything right now and not actively like looking at the screen, but you've got it in the background and you can hear it. So when I'm saying, you know, like I've just got all my prisoners set in, you know, the fuck is this? Reduce resistance, for instance. Like that's what I've been doing for the last couple of minutes. I've been trying to get prisoners into the prison. I've been trying to get them to be reduced resistance. We're gonna have a prison outbreak at some point because I have too many prisoners and stuff. Like, you don't have to look at the screen to see that. And the thing is, like, I also understand not everybody is interested in all the games that I play. So like I was thinking about it just this morning because I rated was it Jackson, hold up, Jackson Werewolf last night, and I actually ended up watching the whole rest of his fucking stream. He streamed for 11 hours and I think I was there for 4. And like it was fucking interesting, but then I was thinking, I'm like, he was rattling off like the next games that he's probably going to play over the next couple of days. I'm like, that's a bit of a shame. I'm not really interested in those particular games. But then I thought about it and I'm like, this exact thing happens in my stream all the time. I play one different game weekly on like a weekly cycle. So you guys know every single Monday, I'm playing 7 days. Every Tuesday, I'm playing RimWorld. Like it, it means that like if somebody comes in and they meet me for the first time while I'm playing RimWorld, they have to wait a week if they want to see me playing RimWorld again. But they may pop in later in the week and go, "Oh, like I don't really like this game." And I get this sometimes with other people too, where I click in and I'm like, "Oh man, I've been waiting for them to go live." and I click on them and they're playing a game that I'm not really interested in. I'm like, I don't really want to watch that or listen to that, but I like listening to the person, or I want to talk to the person. Like, there's been a few new people I've met recently that are like that, and they keep playing this other game that I'm not interested in, and I don't want to go there and try to make a conversation because I don't know enough about the game to know if they need to concentrate to play it, or if constant conversation and stuff, random conversation, is disruptive. I have no fucking clue because I know jack shit about the game. Obviously, if I turned up and I actually listened to the game and I paid attention and stuff, I could probably learn. But the other thing I have to also weigh up is, how much do I really want to spend my time doing that for this person? As much as they might be genuinely interesting and I like their content and stuff, I'd rather just like organically chat to them while they're playing something I'm familiar with, because then I've got something else to ask them questions to talk about. Makes it really easy, to have a flowing conversation. And I, as a viewer, don't have to worry about the fact that whatever they're doing in the game, because I already fucking know what they're doing. And so I don't have to focus on it. I don't have to worry if it's being disruptive because I know when it is and isn't being disruptive. But as a streamer, I also understand that sometimes it sucks when things are like super quiet, or people, like, I don't see people every week and stuff like that because people are busy. That's another thing too, is people can't always be here, and I understand that. I encourage that. I'm like, live your lives. If you've got time, you want to be here, that's great. I'll be here. But if you've got something on, please prioritize that over my stream, because that would make me a lot happier than hearing that you're forcing yourself to be here when, you've got other things that you'd rather be doing. But again, that's just, I don't know, my perspective on the streaming stuff anyway, because I am kind of just still new to this whole thing. Like, I didn't come in having seen or watched streamers. There was a few times early in streams where I came in and I said and did stuff in people's streams where they were like, "Oh, you don't do that," kind of thing. And I'm like, "Oh, sorry. You're like one of the first streamers I've ever watched. Like, this is like my, I don't know, second or third week existing with a Twitch account." And they're like, "Oh, fuck. Like, you don't even know. Like, there's so much stuff that you don't know." And I'm like, well, it's not necessarily an excuse. At least they're like pretty fucking understanding about it. Well, I figured shit out and kind of watched their streams and just like enjoyed just watching them go about what they do, kind of thing. What are you hippieing, Rim? What was that for? Trying to like wipe this out so I can get another bedroom situation thing going on here. I also at some point kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I went off on a tangent so much as I like lost the plot. Are you giving me cheese for, Scarlett? I actually need to get cheese. My cheese slices are weird. I stored them in the fridge like bent over. And now when I got my cheese slice out the other day to like put into some whatever the fuck I was cooking, the part that had split was like dry as if it had been exposed to air nastily, and I'm like, great. That was still in its packaging, but that was nasty. I didn't want to eat it. Like, it tasted like dusty. It was refrigerated. It's not expired. It's just obviously it's supposed to stay in slab format until it's like ready to ingest. Oh man. Has it got AC fixed finally? I was dying here. Nice. Is it getting warmer where you are? Because I imagine it would be. And Pat Phoenix quickly. Hold on. He's just kind of spaced out on the chair beside me. I thought I could get away with that. Okay, so I've basically just taken the bed situation across here and tripled it, which is fucking hell, we need that. Yesterday, 29 degrees Celsius. Oh yeah, that's kind of getting up there in the warmth. See, I don't mind around like the 23 degrees. For me, that's kind of okay. 23, 24, even 25 are all kind of good, comfortable temperatures. Once you're getting above that, it's kind of like, I don't like this. I've got to take this down too. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to get them to build today, just because just because I know that, oh, fuck, wrong thing. Are you going to remove that or not? Yes. Alright, yeah, because, I don't know if I've got enough blocks for the construction project that I'm doing. Like, somebody should still be making blocks, but I hope so. I hope that we'll have enough for this. I see your paws moving while you're asleep, Viken. Those fucking sleepy paws were so friggin' dangerous yesterday. Redeemed all sorts of things. Actually, I was really happy that fucking Atlantis redeemed a Kitty Venus alternate form earlier today. Made me really happy because, like, I spent a lot of time, like, working really hard on getting her alternate forms and stuff compatible with, like, the hairs and the outfits and stuff. So yeah, I was pretty chuffed with that. I also kind of worried that, like, somebody might have forgotten that I actually brought that in. I'm like, if people don't redeem it at some point, like, will it just fall to obscurity when nobody redeems it? I also is still thinking, like, legitimately, it's still on the front of my brain where Waver said that they're waiting for the delete my points thing with, like, aggressive passion. Like, they're waiting to just delete their points instead of redeeming stuff. And I could not fathom that. I'm like, what is this logic? I've never encountered it before. I don't know what to do. It's like, I have all these channel redeems and it's the delete my points that's appealing. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yes, I have that as a redeemable option, but, like, I didn't think that that was going to be a preference over all my other shit, you know? Like, it logically shouldn't be a preference over the other shit to me. But I don't fucking know. I guess I don't know enough about streaming for this shit, maybe. What I might do is, if I extend this out by 1, I could put an air conditioner and I could put a heater in here, and then I can vent that down through here. I'm thinking that that might be a good idea because I want them to be able to walk through here. These little gaps, these little bits of fence around the place is so people can walk through. Like, the walls just make it really hard for attacks and all sorts of stuff. I don't know why you guys put your caravan here. I don't think we have a caravan going out. Pretty sure we don't. I don't know if they're going to bring all of these inside or not. I kind of hope that they do. My people are fucking lazy on this map. It's a really nice map. I have animal postings, animal markers, like, all over the place. And look at this massive ass pen, right? And I do have animals in here, but then I've got this, like, little clusterfuck of animals down the bottom here and nobody's doing anything about it. And I don't understand. I just don't understand my people. I also need to get rid of this marker too. For now, I will keep it because I'll get them to reclose this. Then I'm going to start getting crops. That's going to be nuts because all the animals will move out of here and they'll start eating stuff around here. I also think we're going to get, well, it's spring at the moment, but this map can get winter, unlike Qulin, which was, like, permanent summer, I think. Alright, how is this lot going, by the way? Because I haven't checked on them for ages. How's the caravan? Somebody was in a mental thing earlier. They don't look like they're in the mental thing anymore. The other thing, too, is when I kick this lot out of the base, when they go on their caravan, there is a chance that somebody might be still here that was, like, mentally broken and could not participate or something like that. So we'll see. They still have, like, a fair bit of stuff to load up, but it's still not that much. It's just because it's, like, so far up here and most people are busy just fucking wandering around. Like, I don't know if they need a specific fucking setting or something to be able to do whatever it is that I need them to do. Like, they should be, like, basic and stuff should be part of loading. No. Hauling. Let's see if I can change this all to hauling. Obviously, there's 2 people here that can't do any kind of hauling, and it's going to suck when these guys leave because I won't be able to really fix that once they mingle back into the colony. But I think if I make everybody kind of haulers, they should at some point... Like, this person's picking up chocolate. I don't know if they're eating it or if they're supposed to be putting it in here, but people are eating stuff, and I hope that they're fucking loading this. I hope that at least one person here can do loading, because that would be hilarious if I kicked out everybody from my colony that can do stuff. Imagine that. I just have 7 people and a whole pack of fucking animals that can't do jack shit. That would be just my luck. It really would be. All right, let's start building this. So I had to wait until the pen, right? I had to wait until this was enclosable because I'm bringing a lot of hauling animals and a lot of like farm animals and other stuff up here. And I really need them to be able to be stored somewhere, right? Just passively out here, whatever. But now I actually have people coming and I fucking need walls and bases and all sorts of stuff. And we do have slate and stuff on this map, so this will be great. I actually really like slate because, as we all know, I just generally like the color black. So, you know, this is just magic for me. But yeah, I can't kind of wait until we get like a couple of bedrooms and all sorts of stuff. And this area doesn't have the ancient danger in it, so I don't really have to worry too much about that. And the problem is, it is going to be like super long hallways. But look at it, I